Okay, let's try to solve Leetcode problem number 1913. Maximum product difference between two pairs. Now the product difference between two pairs A, B and C, D is defined as A into B minus C into D. So given an integer array nums, choose any four distance indices like W, X, Y, Z such that the product difference between pairs of nums W, nums X, nums Y and nums Z is maximized. So let's say, now let's look at the example. So 5, 6, 2, 7, 4, we have given an array and the output is 34. Now how do we calculate the output? So we choose index number 1 and 3. So number 1 and number 3, and index 2 and 4. Choose the second pair as 2 and 4. 2 and 4. Now the product difference here is 6 into 7 minus 2 into 4 equals 34. Example, so we have an array with elements 5, 9, 7, 4, 2. So here the maximum difference, the maximum product of difference between two pairs, that is 9, 7 and 4, 2 is, what to do, minus 16 कितना होता है? So if we choose these two indices, so our maximum product difference will be 16. So how do we, now let's think of an approach. So hence we know that we need two pairs, 2 max and 2 min. So what we can do is we can sort the array. So the first approach is sorting. Now after sorting it will become 2, 4, 5, 7 and 9. Now we know that we have to take two small elements and two max elements to find the maximum product difference. So we can take these two elements and these two elements from the array and we can return their difference. So let's code it in JavaScript. So we need to sort it, so we can use nums of sort. So here I'm getting the second last element and the last element from the array. Like these are the two max elements and I'm just subtracting it to the two smaller elements. Now let's run it. Indeed, the submission got submitted. Now let's try to think of second approach. So as we already knew that we have to get two max elements like max 1 and max 2 and two minimum elements like min 1 and min 2. We can declare four variables like 2 of min and 2 of max and just subtract those. So in the second approach we can use two max variables. Let's call it max 1. Now I have these four variables, so we can iterate through the loop is greater than max 1. That means we found our first maximum element. So we can, now we have to first initialize max 2 as max 1 and nums of I as, and max 1 equals nums of I. Now why we have declared this? So we can maintain the previous max element. So we do not lose the track of previous max element. That's why we are doing max 2 equals max 1. Now let's try to find second maximum element. So else if nums of I is greater than max 2, we know that we have found the second maximum element, so we can initialize it with this. Now let's find the minimum element. So if nums of I is less than min, now we can use else if again. Nums I, if it is smaller than nums min of 2, that means we got our second minimum element, so we can use min 2 equals nums of I. Indeed, the solution got submitted, and the space complexity is order of 1, and the time complexity is just order of n because we are using a single for loop. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.